challenge, I lost 8.6 pounds. I was down 2.5% body fat and lost 7 inches. My favorite part of the challenge was being involved in a group of people that helped keep me motivated and help me accountable.
All right, so we just finished the challenge.
Yep.
Would you introduce yourself?
My name is Celeste.
Okay. And why did you sign up for the challenge?
I was really looking forward to getting back on track with my eating, feeling better about myself. I had gone through a health issue, and I just started, just not focusing on the right foods to eat. I had one more surgery to go, so my main goal was to get back feeling healthy for my body in order to go into that surgery and come out feeling, like, okay, it's over with, in the past now, and let's get back to feeling normal. And also just knowing that being held accountable with being in a challenge and knowing that you have to report to somebody at the end of the day and what meals you ate, it makes you think, like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be serious about it. And I've done it before, and I know the results, so I was happy to do it again.
Yeah, awesome. Tell us a little bit about your success during the challenge.
Oh my gosh. So even after a week of being on this, you feel the difference. Whether it's in your clothes, just feeling a little looser. So, to see results that fast, that to me is a success, because you know as the weeks go on, it's going to get even better. So my energy level definitely improved. My sleep improved. I was struggling with sleep. And so dedicating, making sure, even if I got into bed and said, okay, I have at least 8 hours ahead of me, and if I have a restless sleep, I know that I'm probably going to accumulate those 7 hours. And so just focusing on the points that we were trying to hit during the challenge. I tried almost every one of them. Even, even alcohol, say, like just having like that, coming home from work, and I'm going to have a glass of wine or something just to calm myself down. It's like, I really don't need it, let's try going without it. And so I'm pretty happy about the success of being able to go out to dinner or going to a wedding and stuff and being like, I really don't need the alcohol either, because I didn't want to have that fog in my head and say, oh, now I'm going to grab a mega stuffed Oreo cookie tonight now too. So being focused that way too, that was a big success as well.
Yeah, awesome. So obviously, some of the stuff translated across, beyond the nutrition portion of this. How do you feel like that's affected, the not nutrition or the not fitness part of your life? Like, how has that made things better or different or?
Oh, no, better, obviously. When you feel better about yourself, I think that it portrays to other people, say at my job, people see me, maybe happier, maybe more patient. It's just an overall better feeling. Even, coming home from work and instead of unloading on my husband how my day was just awful, like, you know what? It's like I got through it. I got through it well. And so it makes me a happier person, just overall, I can spread that to other people.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
Besides the weight loss and the energy, it just makes you feel better. You feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And so you kind of mentioned, like some of the first signs of progress, like clothes fitting looser. Was there anything else that kind of stuck out early on that you were like helped motivate you along the way, or was it? Yeah. Did you just feel?
At first you feel hungry, changing something. So I don't want to say drastically, but when you're not making 3 trays a day, that to me is like, okay, focus. I think with the vegetables, getting that into my system more too, that felt better. The hunger pains go away after a while, after you get used to eating certain things. So that became easier as well.
Yeah, like as it becomes part of the routine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, when would you estimate that you stopped feeling like hungry? Like, was it like after a day or after a week or?
I would say it takes for me it took at least 5 to 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least 5 to 7. And then
Sure.
during that time, you feel like, oh, I may need a little bit of something else. And that's when we talked about it in the group. And, you don't want to, you and Ness were always like, don't get yourself up over it. If you have to have a little snack, have a snack, but make it a healthy one. So whether it was that 1 stick of string cheese with 3 cashews and, a third of a banana, that satisfied me at that moment, which was great, instead of choosing a different type of maybe terrible snack in the past.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. What results did you get that maybe, weren't a part of the official measurements that, maybe we wouldn't have seen, or maybe, maybe nobody else has noticed or seen?
What results, maybe? I mean, my sleep. You don't really see the sleep unless
Yeah.
I tell you.
Yeah.
Those results. Definitely having more energy too. So you really haven't seen me that much around here.
Yeah.
But there's times I get up in the morning and be like, you know what? I am putting my sneakers on. I'm going for a walk, and just doing that at whatever time in the morning before work.
Yeah.
That felt great.
That's awesome. What was the biggest obstacle we helped you overcome during the challenge?
Just getting back on track and not beating myself up over, not being perfect. I think that everybody wants to go into a challenge and be 100%. And each week we talked, and if I wasn't on it, I listened. That you can't always be perfect. And so if it's a 90%, 10%, if it's an 80%, 20%, you're doing the best you can, and you're still seeing results. And so, being able to still go to a wedding during this 5-week challenge, and go visit my son in Lake Placid, and be away for the weekend, and incorporate all those life, events into the challenge, and then still be able to make right decisions when you went out to the restaurant and all that stuff. That helped my obstacle, because before this challenge, I would have went to a restaurant and we would have shared like 2 or 3 appetizers, and then the entree comes, and then maybe go out for ice cream later. So they could have still done that, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm okay with waiting until my salad comes and my meal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was great.
Awesome. And I think the life obstacles that, normal life stuff, which is going to keep happening,
Yeah.
never stops.
It never stops.
And then sounded to me like the mindset piece of things, like settling into like being content and also firm.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like setting a boundary for yourself is really one of
Exactly.
the biggest things.
Exactly.
Okay. What would you say are the top contributing factors, whether they were something, that was a part of the challenge, or, something else that you did that helped you be successful?
Oh my gosh, there's several.
Okay.
One is definitely the group Facebook page. It seemed like, everybody, maybe if not every day, was contributing to something, whether it was a picture of their meal, which helped, a recipe that you posted to a few times, just some chat going on in the Facebook page every day was great. The weekly meetings was awesome. Having also a buddy, to have to report to every day, the last 2 weeks. It makes you focus and commits to what you told that person you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So those were my top things.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd want to share with somebody sitting at home in the same shoes as you?
Do it! This works. It works. Even if it's small increments of pounds, body fat, it works. So no one can say this doesn't work. If you put the effort into it, you're going to see something out of it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Awesome. Great job, Celeste.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.